This video is for educational purposes only. It does not constitute legal advice. Consult with an attorney for guidance on your specific situation. Some content in this video was created with the assistance of AI.
If you're thinking about suing someone, this video walks you through the core steps most places require, from checking your claim to drafting, filing, and serving the case. Before filing a lawsuit, check three basics. First, do you have standing to sue? Second, are you filing within the deadline, often called the statute of limitations? And third, is the court the proper forum to hear your dispute? Standing means you have the legal right to bring the lawsuit. Statute of limitations is a law that sets a deadline for starting a legal action. If you miss the deadline, your right to bring the claim is lost. Proper forum means the court is the correct place to hear your claims. Some disputes must first go to an agency or arbitration, such as certain employment or consumer matters. Lawsuits run on evidence. Create one case folder with your key documents, communications, photos or videos, money records, a witness list, and a simple timeline of events. Organize now, and you'll save hours later. If you want to learn how to organize your files, check out our videos. We have a detailed guide that shows you how to organize, sort, and name your files step by step. Before you sue, many places expect a pre-action demand. It shows you tried to resolve the dispute. It can also help with settlement. Keep it short, say who you are and your relationship. Explain what happened with dates. State what you want, like money or an action. Give a deadline to respond. Add that you may sue if it isn't resolved. Send it by a trackable method. Keep proof. Pick the court that fits your claim. Small claims court handles lower money limits. It uses simpler forms and quicker hearings. Participation of attorneys can be limited. Regular civil court handles higher amounts or complex issues. Formal rules of pleading and evidence apply. File where the defendant lives or does business, or file where the dispute happened. Check your court's jurisdiction and venue rules. Your lawsuit tells the court what happened. It also tells the court the legal basis for your claims. And it tells the court what you want. The document has common sections. Caption: this shows the court name, the parties' names, and the case title. Parties: this lists the plaintiff or plaintiffs. It also lists the defendant or defendants. It includes contact information for each. Jurisdiction or venue: this explains why this court can hear the case. Facts: this gives a short step-by-step story. Only include facts. Legal claims: these are the causes of action. Examples are breach of contract or negligence. Damages or remedy: this says the money or relief you are asking for. Signature and contact: this includes your name and contact information. Some courts require a verification statement. Now we are going to show an example of a complaint. We will also show which sections a complaint may have. Caption, parties, and jurisdiction are standard. You may not have trouble drafting them. We will focus on two sections: the factual background and the causes of action. The factual background section is the basis of your claims. In our other video on motions to dismiss, we explained this. If the factual background does not support the elements of a claim, the complaint can be dismissed for failure to state a claim. So make sure your facts are complete, make sure they are accurate, and make sure they are supported by evidence. Many people who file without a lawyer make a mistake. They include arguments and legal theories in the factual background. That is not what this section is for. This section is only for events, dates, names, and other details of fact. Now, causes of action. The plaintiff must establish every required element for each claim. If even one element is missing, the complaint fails to state a claim. The elements of a cause of action can often be found in civil jury instructions for your state. They can also be found in case law that lists the required elements. These elements must be supported by your factual background. That is why the factual background and the causes of action work together. Relief requested section explains what you are asking the court to do. This can include damages, expenses, punitive damages, a declaratory judgment, or an injunction. Your request must be based on law. You cannot simply ask for what you feel is fair. Many people who file without a lawyer make mistakes. They often estimate the value of their claim incorrectly. They may ask for an unrealistic award. Make sure you understand what relief you can legally request. A proper understanding of the value of your claim is important. It also helps in settlement negotiations. When both parties understand what is realistic, they can better evaluate what to expect. The signature block is the place where you put your signature. And finally, if you want your case to be heard by a jury, you must request this in your complaint. In most jurisdictions, if you forget the jury demand in the complaint, you can file it separately. But do not miss the deadline for a jury trial demand. You can usually file a lawsuit in 3 ways. First, e-filing through the court's portal. This is the fastest method. Second, filing in person at the clerk's office. Bring 2 to 3 copies with you. Third, filing by mail, if your court allows it. After filing, you will receive a case number. You will also get court-stamped copies. Next, ask the clerk or check the portal for instructions. These will explain the proper service of process.
What is this?
A lawsuit does not officially start for the other side until they are served correctly. In the United States, civil cases require proper notice to the defendant. This is called service of process. Rules vary by state and court, but most courts allow a few common methods. First, personal service. This means the court papers are hand-delivered directly to the person being sued. It is the most common and reliable method. Usually, the server must be 18 or older and not a party to the case. Second, substituted service. If personal service is not possible after reasonable attempts, the papers can be left with a responsible adult at the person's home, or with someone in charge at their workplace. Often, a copy must also be mailed to the same address. Third, service by publication. If the person cannot be found despite diligent efforts, the court may allow service by publishing a notice in a newspaper or another approved source. This usually requires a court order and is a last resort. Finally, there are special rules for certain defendants. Corporations and LLCs are served through their registered agent, or sometimes officers and directors. Government agencies must be served on designated officials as required by law.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps us create more content like this for you.